The house sounds normal. The heater clicks on, a weather app refreshes quietly in your hand. Yesterday, the storm was minor. Tonight, the track shifts, just enough that emergency agencies update their language. Not alarms, not panic, just signals. And the people who notice now won't be the ones fighting empty shelves later. Every major winter emergency follows the same pattern. It doesn't begin with snow. It begins with small forecast changes that most people ignore. Tracks shift, temperatures dip just a little lower than expected, supply trucks reroute, power grids stretch thin. This is the window where outcomes are decided. Not by fear, not by money, but by whether you understand what actually fails first and what systems keep working when it does. In this video, you're going to see 17 critical items emergency agencies urge people to stock, but more importantly, why those items matter, how most people misuse them, and how survivors turn them into calm, repeatable systems. Because survival isn't about panic buying, it's about quiet preparation before the storm locks everything in place. 1. Alternative heat source. The most common mistake people make is relying on a single space heater. It feels safe and familiar. As long as the power stays on, everything seems fine. But the moment electricity fails, that heater becomes useless. There is no warmth, no backup, and no time to adjust. In winter, that loss happens faster than most people expect. Electric-only heat fails because it depends entirely on the grid. Winter storms do not knock power out for a few minutes. They stretch outages into long, uncertain hours, and sometimes days. As the house slowly loses heat, rooms become colder one by one. Walls, floors, and furniture absorb the cold, and recovery becomes harder with every passing hour. The correct system is not complicated. It is non-electric heat combined with layered insulation. One without the other does not work well. A heat source that functions without electricity provides warmth. Insulation holds that warmth in place. Blankets, heavy curtains, sealed doors, and layered clothing work together to reduce heat loss and stabilize indoor temperature. This system has proven itself repeatedly. During winter blackouts, electric-only homes become unlivable quickly. Homes with even basic non-electric heat and insulation remain usable. The air may be cool, but it is manageable. People can rest, move, and think clearly. Warmth changes how stress behaves. Hands stay steady. Sleep becomes possible. Decisions feel slower and more controlled. When your heat does not depend on the grid, anxiety has less space to grow. 2. Thermal blankets and sleeping systems. A common mistake is assuming one regular blanket is enough. People think daytime warmth will carry through the night. It won't. When temperatures drop and power is out, the body loses heat fastest while sleeping. The danger doesn't arrive suddenly. It creeps in slowly, hour by hour. Blankets alone fail when they are thin, scattered, or used without structure. Heat escapes downward into mattresses, floors, and cold air pockets. Many people pile blankets on top, but ignore what's underneath. That imbalance leads to restless sleep and constant waking, which drains energy and focus. The correct system is a layered sleeping setup. It starts from the bottom and works upward. Insulation beneath the body matters as much as what covers it. Thermal blankets, sleeping bags, wool layers, and even folded clothing create trapped air zones that hold warmth close. This turns sleep into a controlled environment instead of a gamble. During winter blackouts, emergency shelters rely on this exact method. Not heaters first, sleeping systems first, because conserving body heat is more reliable than trying to create new heat. A proper sleep setup changes how the night feels. Breathing slows, muscles relax, the body recovers instead of fighting the cold. When sleep is protected, the mind stays sharp the next day. and steady thinking is one of the most valuable resources in any emergency. 3. Stored water systems. A common mistake is storing only a few bottled water. People assume taps will keep working or that melting snow is easy. When winter storms hit, pipes freeze, pressure drops, and water stops flowing without warning. At that point, bottled water disappears fast. This approach fails because water is used for more than drinking. It is needed for basic hygiene, food preparation, and keeping routines intact. When water is scarce, small problems stack quickly. Hands stay dirty, dishes pile up, stress rises with every limitation. The correct system is stored water planned for multiple uses. Drinking comes first, but there must also be water for washing, cooking, and basic sanitation. Containers should be sturdy, sealed, and stored where they will not freeze. Rotation matters because stored water only helps if it is clean and usable. During winter outages, frozen pipes are one of the most common failures. Homes with stored water continue daily functions while others scramble for melting ice or empty shelves. The difference is not comfort, it is continuity. When water is available, the household stays organized. Meals feel normal. Hygiene remains possible. Small routines continue, even in bad conditions. That stability reduces tension and keeps decisions clear when everything outside feels uncertain. 4. Shelf-stable, no-cook food. Many people make the mistake of relying on their freezer or fresh groceries. They assume power will stay on or deliveries will arrive. When winter storms strike, electricity fails and roads become impassable. Frozen and fresh foods quickly spoil. Suddenly there is nothing to eat. This approach fails because it depends on systems that can break in hours. Freezers do not last days without power, and stores empty faster than most people realize. Waiting until the last minute to buy or rotate food leads to stress and poor choices. Hunger then becomes a distraction from smarter actions. The correct system is a pantry stocked with shelf-stable, no-cook foods that rotate regularly. Canned goods, dry grains, nuts, and long-lasting snacks create a reliable foundation. Simple rotation, using older items first, keeps supplies fresh and avoids waste. This system works whether power is on or off. During past winter blackouts, households with only frozen foods struggled within a single day. Homes with a basic pantry continued meals without interruption. This continuity is not about luxury, it is about maintaining normalcy. Having reliable food reduces panic. Meals happen on schedule. Decisions remain calm. The household functions smoothly, even when outside chaos grows. Hunger is managed, focus is maintained, and confidence rises naturally. 5. Manual can openers. A common mistake is relying on electric can openers or gadgets. People assume power will be constant or that convenience will never fail. When the lights go out, those tools become useless. Cans sit unopened, and frustration grows fast. This fails because canned food, one of the most reliable survival items, becomes inaccessible without the right tool. No opener means no lunch, no dinner, and wasted resources. Stress rises when a simple task turns impossible, and it spreads through the household quietly but quickly. The correct system is simple, a durable manual can opener kept in an easy-to-reach spot. It doesn't depend on electricity. It works in the dark, on a cold countertop, or even outside if necessary. Redundancy matters too. Having a spare can opener ensures no one is left without access. Real-world proof comes from countless winter blackouts and emergency shelters. Families with manual openers keep eating. Those without waste precious time and energy trying to improvise. With this system, access is immediate. Food remains available. Meals happen on schedule, and stress does not build. Small actions work predictably. The household stays calm. Confidence replaces frustration, and normal routines continue even under strain. 6. Battery and oil-based lighting. A common mistake is relying on a single flashlight or the phone's light. People assume batteries will last or that power will return soon. When outages extend into hours or days, that single light source fails. Darkness creeps in, and with it, stress and uncertainty. This fails because most lighting depends entirely on electricity or a small battery supply. When batteries die or charging becomes impossible, evenings turn cold and disorienting. Tasks stall, movement becomes risky, anxiety quietly rises in every dark corner of the home. The correct system combines multiple types of lighting: battery-powered, solar-charged, and oil-based lamps. Oil lamps do not depend on electricity and provide steady, long-lasting light. Keeping spare batteries, candles, or small lanterns ensures every room has illumination when it is needed. During past winter blackouts, households with mixed lighting systems functioned normally after dark. Families without backups struggled to complete even simple tasks. One lamp or flashlight is not enough. The system matters more than the item. When light is reliable, evenings feel manageable. People move safely. Children and adults maintain routines. Calm replaces fear. The household continues quietly, efficiently, and with confidence, even when the storm keeps the outside world in darkness. 7. Power banks, charged early. A common mistake is waiting until a storm hits to charge power banks or relying only on phone batteries. People assume they will have electricity when needed. When outages arrive, those batteries are often empty. Communication becomes impossible, and stress grows quickly. This fails because digital devices depend on stored power. Phones, radios, and small appliances all stop working once batteries drain. Without backup, even simple coordination, like checking the weather or contacting family, becomes difficult. Panic can rise silently when the connection disappears. The correct system is simple. Keep multiple power banks charged in rotation. Charge them early, store them safely, and rotate their use regularly. One fully charged backup can keep essential devices alive for days if managed properly. Solar chargers or hand crank options provide extra redundancy. During real winter emergencies, households with prepared power banks stayed connected and informed. Families without them struggled to communicate or track changing conditions. The difference is not dramatic. It is calm control instead of frustration. When power banks are ready, the household stays connected. Information flows. Tasks continue. Decisions remain measured. Even under extended outages, everyone knows that essential devices will work when needed, and that certainty alone reduces stress and improves overall household stability. 8. Weather-appropriate clothing layers. A common mistake is focusing on fashion or wearing a single heavy coat. People assume one layer is enough to stay warm. When winter storms strike and power fails, heat escapes from the body faster than expected. Cold penetrates every gap. This fails because a single layer cannot adjust to changing temperatures or indoor-outdoor transitions. People overheat indoors and freeze outdoors. Movement becomes uncomfortable, and energy is wasted simply trying to stay warm. The correct system is layered clothing designed for flexibility. Start with a thin base layer to wick moisture, add insulating mid-layers, and finish with a windproof or waterproof outer layer. Hats, gloves, and socks trap heat where the body loses it fastest. Each layer works together to maintain stable body temperature. During past winter blackouts, families using proper layered clothing maintained mobility and comfort. Those who relied on one coat or sweater struggled to function outside or even move between rooms. With the right clothing system, the household moves confidently. Chores, errands, or emergency tasks can continue without risk of hypothermia. Calmness grows because warmth is predictable. Every step becomes easier, and focus stays on what needs to be done rather than fighting the cold. 8. Snow and ice removal tools. A common mistake is assuming plows or neighbors will clear paths. People wait until streets or driveways are blocked. When storms hit hard, help doesn't arrive quickly, and homes become isolated. This fails because delayed snow removal traps vehicles, blocks emergency access, and limits movement. Even short distances become dangerous. The household loses options, and stress builds quietly as every delay adds pressure. The correct system is having your own snow and ice removal tools ready and accessible. Shovels, ice scrapers, salt, and small snow blowers allow you to clear paths on your own schedule. Early action prevents accumulation from becoming overwhelming and ensures mobility when it matters most. Past winter emergencies show the difference clearly. Homes with prepared tools stayed accessible. People could leave safely, receive deliveries, or reach emergency services. Homes without them waited for help that often came too late. With your own tools, the household maintains freedom of movement. Tasks happen on time. Emergency exits remain clear. Calm replaces frustration, and confidence grows because you control your environment instead of waiting for outside help. Every cleared path reduces risk and maintains stability under pressure. 10. Backup cooking method. A common mistake is relying solely on electric stoves or microwaves. People assume power will stay on or that fuel will be available instantly. When outages hit, these appliances fail and meals become impossible to prepare. This fails because food needs more than storage. It needs heat. Without a backup, even simple meals require improvisation. Attempting to cook indoors with unsafe methods can create hazards like carbon monoxide or fire, increasing risk instead of solving the problem. The correct system is a safe, non-electric cooking method. Options include propane stoves, camping burners, or wood-burning cookers that are designed for indoor or well-ventilated use. Pairing this with proper ventilation, fire safety, and fuel storage ensures meals remain reliable throughout the outage. During past winter blackouts, homes with backup cooking methods maintained meal routines without danger. Those without often resorted to unsafe practices or went hungry, adding stress and reducing focus for other survival tasks. With a backup system in place, meal preparation continues smoothly. Hunger is controlled, daily routines remain intact, and the household functions efficiently. Calm, predictable cooking prevents frustration and keeps everyone nourished and focused, even under prolonged winter conditions. 11. First aid and medications. A common mistake is waiting until a storm hits to check or refill first aid supplies. People assume pharmacies will stay open or that emergencies are unlikely. When winter storms arrive, roads are blocked, stores close, and help may be delayed. This fails because injuries and minor illnesses do not pause for outages. Cuts, burns, fevers, or chronic conditions can escalate quickly without the right supplies. Relying on outside help leaves the household vulnerable and stressed. The correct system is maintaining a well-stocked first aid kit and having essential medications on hand. Supplies should include bandages, antiseptics, pain relief, and any prescription medications needed for daily health. Rotation ensures nothing expires or becomes ineffective. During past winter emergencies, households prepared with first aid kits and medications managed minor injuries on their own. Those without had to improvise, often worsening problems or waiting for help that was delayed. With the right system, health issues are managed calmly. The household continues functioning normally. Confidence grows because medical needs do not become crises. Knowing you have the tools to treat injuries or maintain health reduces stress and allows focus to stay on other critical survival tasks. 13. Cash on hand. A common mistake is relying solely on digital payments. People assume ATMs and credit systems will always work. When winter storms hit, power outages or network failures can make cards useless. Banks may be closed, and even online transactions can fail. This fails because access to money becomes limited exactly when it's most needed. Without cash, purchasing fuel, food, or emergency supplies can become impossible. Waiting for electronic systems to come back online adds stress and slows critical actions. The correct system is keeping a small reserve of cash in low-denomination bills. Store it securely but accessible. Having even a modest amount allows for immediate purchases during outages, ensuring mobility and independence. It complements rather than replaces digital banking. During past winter emergencies, families with cash on hand could buy necessities when others could not. Those relying only on cards faced frustration, delays, and missed opportunities. Cash in the right system provides freedom and control. Essential needs are met without panic. Decisions are quicker, and small purchases do not become obstacles. Knowing you have a reliable financial backup creates confidence and reduces stress during extended winter storms. 14. Weather radio. A common mistake is relying only on phones or internet alerts for weather updates. People assume signals will remain strong and networks will stay online. During winter storms, power outages and network failures can leave you blind to changing conditions. This fails because information is critical during emergencies. Without reliable alerts, storms can intensify unnoticed, roads may become impassable, and official warnings may be missed. Waiting until a problem is visible is too late to act safely. The correct system is a dedicated weather radio. NOAA emergency radios function independently of power grids and cellular networks. Keep one that can be battery-operated, solar-powered, or hand-cranked. Regularly test it and ensure it has fresh batteries for reliability. During past winter emergencies, households with weather radios received timely warnings and updates. Families without them were caught off guard by rapid storm changes or missed evacuation instructions. Having a weather radio keeps the household informed and confident. Decisions are proactive instead of reactive. Knowledge reduces uncertainty, allowing calm, measured action. When every member of the home can track conditions safely, the household remains organized, prepared, and ready for whatever the storm brings. 15. Vehicle Winter Kit. A common mistake is assuming your car alone is enough. People think that as long as the vehicle runs, they're safe. When winter storms hit, roads become icy, fuel may run low, and vehicles can get stuck or stranded for hours. This fails because most cars are not equipped for emergencies. Without proper supplies, passengers face cold, hunger, and limited options if the vehicle breaks down or traffic stops. Waiting for roadside assistance can be dangerous or impossible during severe conditions. The correct system is a winter vehicle kit. Include blankets, extra clothing, non-perishable snacks, water, a flashlight, first aid supplies, and tools like a shovel or ice scraper. Keep fuel topped up and consider tire chains or traction aids for icy roads. Rotate items periodically to ensure everything remains usable. During past winter storms, cars with prepared kits allowed families to travel safely, stay warm if stranded, and maintain access to necessities. Vehicles without kits often left occupants exposed, stressed, and immobile. With a winter-ready vehicle, mobility becomes predictable. Emergencies on the road are managed calmly. Access to supplies and safe transport reduces stress, keeps the household flexible, and ensures options remain open even when conditions outside are harsh and unpredictable. 16. Fuel reserve, safe and legal. A common mistake is waiting until fuel is nearly empty before refilling. People assume gas stations will always be open and supplies will remain uninterrupted. When winter storms hit, roads can close, deliveries stop, and stations run dry quickly. This fails because vehicles, generators, and heating systems all depend on fuel. Running out at the wrong moment can leave a household stranded, powerless, or cold. Waiting until the last minute eliminates options and increases stress dramatically. The correct system is maintaining a safe and legal fuel reserve. Keep extra fuel stored in approved containers, rotated regularly, and away from heat or living areas. Even a small, well-managed reserve ensures critical systems continue to operate during outages. During past winter emergencies, households with fuel reserves stayed mobile and maintained warmth, while those without struggled to reach stores or operate generators. The difference is not luck, it's planning. Having fuel ready gives control and flexibility. Vehicles run when needed. Generators function reliably. Heating and cooking remain uninterrupted. Confidence rises because essential energy needs are met before the storm limits options, allowing the household to operate efficiently under pressure. 17. Printed emergency contacts and plans. A common mistake is relying entirely on phones or digital devices for emergency information. People assume devices will work, signals will remain strong, and apps will stay accessible. When winter storms hit, power outages and network failures can render phones useless. This fails because critical contact information and emergency plans may become unreachable exactly when they are needed most. Without physical copies, families can struggle to coordinate, remember procedures, or access essential numbers for medical help, neighbors, or utilities. The correct system is keeping printed copies of emergency contacts, important phone numbers, and household plans. Store them in a waterproof, easy-to-access location. Include instructions for evacuation, shelter locations, and key procedures. Rotate updates as circumstances or contacts change to ensure information remains accurate. During past winter emergencies, households with printed plans were able to act quickly and coordinate safely. Families without them often wasted precious time searching for numbers or clarifying steps under stress. Having printed contacts and plans gives clarity and control. Everyone in the household knows who to contact and what to do. Decisions happen calmly. Routines stay organized. When communication systems fail, your household continues to function efficiently, reducing stress and maintaining focus during prolonged winter storms. Here's what most people miss. Having all the right items is only the start. Gear alone doesn't create preparedness. It's how the pieces work together and how you manage them over time that makes the difference. Heat, for example, only keeps you safe when combined with insulation. Food isn't just stored, it works best when water is available for cooking and hygiene. Power isn't just about batteries or generators, it's about timing, rotation, and knowing which devices are essential first. Survivors understand this. They don't focus on collecting every item on a list, they focus on routines. Daily checks ensure nothing is forgotten or depleted. Quiet rotations keep batteries charged, water fresh, and food usable without last-minute panic. Calm execution ensures that every action is deliberate and predictable. This prevents small problems from compounding into larger emergencies. It's in these routines that preparedness becomes almost invisible. Homes with systems like this often look ordinary. There is no frantic energy, no chaos. Yet when the storm hits, these households operate efficiently. Lights stay on when they need to. Meals are prepared on time. Heat is steady. Communication continues. Decisions are made clearly, calmly, and with confidence. The difference between victims and survivors isn't fear or luck, it's the consistency of these small actions repeated daily. Systems amplify themselves. When one part fails, another compensates. Heat, water, food, power, and communication work together, forming a network of reliability. Storms don't create chaos, they reveal who is prepared and who isn't. You don't need to panic. You don't need to have every item imaginable. You need systems that function quietly while others scramble. Start small. Focus on the fundamentals first: heat, water, food, power, and communication. Start early before pressure forces mistakes. Build routines and rotate supplies. Test them regularly. Learn to act deliberately, not reactively. When the storm settles and uncertainty rises, households with these systems don't scramble. While others panic, you execute. You move efficiently, stay warm, stay fed, and remain connected. Calm replaces stress. Confidence replaces chaos. Preparation becomes a quiet, steady rhythm that ensures you and your family remain safe, functional, and in control, no matter how harsh the winter becomes.